So it's good to have you back. It's good to have you back. We are now doing a question and relevant costing. Relevant costing. So, Madam Emma, the man who doesn't like beans is finally back. Okay, yeah, there we go. This time around in a t-shirt. Working from home can be better because you can change every 1 hour. Mr. Kassian, how you've changed in a t-shirt? Okay. What working from home can do?
It's warm now.
It's home now. Oh, okay. There's a saying that smartness does not consider the weather. So there we go. So, okay, we are now starting a question on relevant costing. So we're going to apply what we've been learning, the relevant costing principles on this question. So, Madam Emma, I want to ask you, as usual, to lead us. Which part of the question is easier here? Let's look at the questions first. Oh, seriously? Oh, okay, the question is now here. The question must be complete from somewhere here. Okay, those are the requirements. So there we go. Which part of the question is easier, Madam Emma there? Which part of the question is easier?
Discuss the advantages, the advantage and disadvantage. Is it the same? No.
Yes, it's the same question.
Okay.
Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of what? Of full cost plus pricing. You see, we've done this question a number of times. Several times we've done this question, but again, it seems the examiner loves this question so much that it decides to bring it up again. So when you are told to discuss, you are simply not being biased. Talk about the good side if there is any and the bad side if there is any. Okay, so there we go. What are the advantages of full cost plus pricing, Professor? Full cost plus pricing. Advantages? Yes, Professor.
It's easy to prepare.
Okay.
Unlike these other pricing, because it can even be dedicated to junior managers.
Okay, so you say it's quick, easy to prepare?
Yes.
Okay, so full cost plus pricing, yeah. We can also say that it is quick, simple, as you've said, and cheap. See? Then the other advantage we can talk about there could be a price in excess of full cost should ensure that a company working at normal capacity, it covers all its costs and make a profit. Then we can also talk about what could be another advantage of this, apart from it being easy, quick, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, there could be many other advantages. We've talked about a lot today. We can talk also, there also may know later identifiable market for the product. For example, of an engineering company, they may make products to customers with a specific specifications. So in such cases, it will be difficult to determine a suitable starting point for pricing. So you can make a new job for engineers, especially they tell you, I need it to be 10 by 10 millimeters, blah, blah, blah. You may not be able to come up with a suitable pricing strategy. So the best way to do is use full cost plus pricing. So also maybe used on specialized jobs. I think that one can be talked about. It's about 4 marks. So we can also talk about the other two disadvantages. And then the two disadvantages we can talk about, what we've discussed a number of times. It fails to recognize that since demand may be determining price, there will be a profit maximizing combination of price and demand. We've talked about that one. There may also be need to adjust prices to market and demand conditions, which this one ignores. There are just lots of things we've talked about today. So we'll not waste time discussing disadvantages because we've talked about this one several times. And this one, if you missed the area sessions, you're watching this video, simply go back to the area sessions. We've discussed these guys so much today. So the other one says, discuss 3 non-quantifiable factors. Okay, this one we did not talk about it. Now we can talk about it. 3 non-quantifiable factors that this guy should consider. You see, what are non-quantifiable factors? A non-quantifiable factor is a factor other than money. For example, you can talk about inflation. It's a non-quantifiable factor. For example, you can talk about timing. For example, you can talk about even the availability of cash also can be talked about. So in this question, we don't know what this guy is going through. So we're not going to nail everything to the point. Sometimes there is excess capacity, there's excess labor, there's a customer-supplier relationship. There are all those kind of factors that we can talk about. So now let's go to the question and do what we do best. See, part A, so these 5 marks and these 4 marks, these were easy marks to get in the exam. Free, 9 marks to get. Now let's talk about this guy, the 10 marks. Using relevant costing principles, calculate the lowest price that Charles could quote for the customer's building work. See? And then explain why in practice the minimum price is never actually used. Okay. We're going to explain that. And then, you see, once we explain that, a minimum price, it will not make the business any profit anyway. So it's never used. Don't leave you at any better advantage. But we'll explain that one later. And then explain how each item in an accountant's estimates should be treated. So we can't know unless we go to the story. So you cannot answer part A without this part B. So first do part B, and then come back to part A. That's what the examiner did. He made it, he swapped, I don't know, maybe to confuse weak students. Okay, so let's go. There we go. Let's open up our worksheet. And we say this, when you are dealing with the relevant costing, there is a format which you must use. So you can simply say items here. Well, you can say item. And then you can say notes. And then you can say relevant costing. The relevant cost. Okay. So item description is important so that the examiner knows what we're talking about. Okay. So there we go. So what items are we dealing with here? We've got to go to our question. We're looking for the minimum price that this guy would charge. And you have to explain what that means. So there we go. Here, what we're looking at is we are looking at this guy. There are notes on each of these guys. So there are notes here. For example, we've been told that CP is a builder, has been asked to provide a fixed price quotation for some building work required by customer. So CP accountant has compiled the following figures together with some notes as a basis for a quotation. Direct material, yes, bricks, it needs 200 at how much? At 200 kwacha per thousand. So which means that it's going to need 20,000 kwacha. But there's a note there. Note number one. So before you rush into writing, go and check out note number one. The number one says, the contract requires 400,000 bricks. Now see, 200,000 are already in inventory and 200,000 will have to be bought. So this one will have to be replaced. Okay, and then we've been told this is a starter type of brick. See the other word, regularly used. So if it is regularly used, then you just have to know that he needs to buy it back when he uses it. The 200,000 in inventory were purchased earlier in the year at 100 kwacha per thousand. What do we call this cost? Madam Emma, what do we call this cost purchased earlier in the year? What do we call this cost?
That's a sinking cost.
Yes, it is a sunk cost. We don't deal with the past. So the current replacement cost of this type of bricks is how much? 120 per thousand. What is this cost? The current market price, what is it?
It's a relevant cost.
It's a relevant cost. Yes. So if the bricks in inventory are not used on this job, Charles is confident that he will be able to use them later in the year. So he's going to use them later in the year. So how do we get the relevant cost here? The relevant cost is going to be easy. We're simply going to get everything. 400 multiplied by 120 kwacha to find out the figure. Because if he gets the 200 which is there and uses it, he still has got to replace it because it is regular what? Regular used.
Used.
So what do? We simply go to our working there and then we write. We are going to simply say for material. For materials there, we have this guy, we have bricks. And the cost of bricks at this point is going to be 400,000 bricks. Have you seen at how much? At 120.
That's one.
Have you seen? This is not number one. So the relevant cost will be how much?
48,000.
48,000. So there's a 6 mark there which says explain what that means in the accountant's estimate. So you will make a sheet there, note number one. What does note number one mean? You explain. You say, as bricks are used in the course of business, any used in this will be replaced. So you say, since bricks are regularly used in this business, comma, full stop, comma, it means any used will be replaced. And as such, the relevant costs will be equal to the current market price, which is simply 120 kwacha per thousand. Have you seen that? 120 kwacha per thousand. That's the relevant costing. What do? You go back to the question and look at note number 2. These are the free marks in the exam. Relevant costing is free. It should be the easiest topic in management accounting. Note number 2, that's according to me. I don't know what Mr. Garcia may say. Okay, so let's go. We have other material. You see? We have other materials again here. Now, other materials, we've been told there's note number 2. See? 5,000. What does note number 2 say on other material? We are told other materials will be bought in as required. This figure represents the what? The purchase price. We talked about other materials. The current purchase price is relevant costing. So what do? Simply go to your worksheet and then there on other material, simply put not number 2. The relevant cost there will simply be 5,000 because that's the relevant cost. And then you put a note here, you say note number 2. You write 5,000 represents the relevant cost since that is the cost of replacing. Since that is the purchase price. Purchase price. What do? You go back to number 3. Now take an optimum. At this point, you have been smiling in the exam. You have been singing a song in your heart. Make sure the exam does not hear you. We'll go to labor. We've got skilled labor. You need 3,200 hours at 12 kwacha per hour, which will need that figure. But there's a note there. You see? And skilled labor, we need 2,000 hours at that price. Also, there's a note there. So let's go to skilled labor, note number 3. Note number 3 says, Charles will need to be on site whilst the building work is performed. Okay, so what? That's a good thing. We don't care. He therefore intends to do 800 hours of the skilled work himself. Now we care because he's going to work for himself. What is he missing if he works for himself? That's what you're looking for now. The remainder will be hired on an hourly basis. Oh, he's going to hire. That means he's going to hire. Remember what we talked about? Are you going to hire or are you going to do what? To work for yourself. If you're going to hire, what did we say? What is the relevant cost when you hire? What did we say? Hello, what did you say when you hire labor? What did you say the relevant cost? We just discussed relevant costing details in the previous class. What did we say is the relevant cost of hiring labor? You can't mute your speakers and mute your speakers and tell me what did we say? Madam Emma, Mr. Mfune, Mr. Chelo, what did we say? Mr. Kasia, what did you say the relevant cost of hiring labor? Huh? The relevant cost is the cost of extra labor. Read your notes. Make sure you read your notes. Okay, so there we go. So now we have the current cost of skilled workforce is how much? Is 12 kwacha per hour. So this will be the relevant cost of extra labor. So if Charles does not undertake the building work, see that for this customer, he can either work as a skilled worker for other builders at the rate of how much? Still 12 kwacha per hour. Meaning that if he does not take this project, meaning that this 800 hours which is going to work himself, he can use it to work for other people at 12 kwacha per hour. So that becomes an opportunity cost of undertaking this project, 800 hours multiplied by 12. Have you seen? So we have now something called opportunity costs there. What is the opportunity cost? We have identified one. We've identified the opportunity cost is if Charles does not undertake this project, he can work for other people for how much? For 12 kwacha per hour, which means 800 multiplied by 12. How much is that? $9,600. Oh, okay. Actually, that's not even the opportunity cost. We are simply saying if he works for these other people, it's going to make 9,600. Okay. Let's go. Let's keep going. What else? However, he has recently had a quotation of 12,000 for labor to repair his home. Have you seen? Now see this. If Charles does not undertake the building work for this customer, he can either work as a skilled labor at this rate or spend 800 hours completing urgently needed repairs to his own house. He has recently had a quotation for 12,000 kwacha of labor to repair his home. So meaning that if he does not undertake any of these things, he can go and work for himself and save himself how much? 12,000. Have you seen? So because Charles Bemba has decided to take up this contract, is missing out on a saving of how much? Of 12,000. Or he can go and work for other people at how much? At 9,600. So the better option could be saving of how much? Of 12,000. So 12,000 becomes the opportunity what? The opportunity cost. Now here's the thing. How many hours did we need? We needed 3,400 hours. Have you seen it? Of which we've been told that is going to work for himself for how many hours? How many hours did we need? How many hours is this guy looking for? Oh, 3,200. Sorry, 3,200. He's looking for 3,200. And if he removes the 8,000 hours, which is going to do the work himself, meaning he remains with how much? With 2,400. 400. Have you seen? So it's going to pay 2,400 at how much? At 12 kwacha per hour. That's the amount of money it's going to pay. That is the only relevant cost. So what do? You go there, and then you say, note number 3, labor. So we've got labor there, you see. We have labor. So on labor, we have CPU time, which is simply the opportunity costs. Opportunity costs of taking the product. How much? We have 800 hours multiplied by 2. No, not that. It was simply given saving of how much? It was a saving of 12,000. He's missing out on a saving on his house repairs. 12,000. That means the relevant cost of labor, skilled labor. So it's going to pay for skilled labor now. The only skilled labor is going to be 2,400 hours. You multiply by how much? By 12 kwacha per hour. So how much money is it going to pay in total? It's going to pay 28,800. What does that mean? There you go. You write note number 3. And then you write, what does that mean? You simply say, Charles Bemba labor is charged at the opportunity cost. So 12,000 is the opportunity cost. Then 28,800 is the relevant cost, since that is what is going to actually pay for. You move on quickly. You can write in full. I won't be writing in full. Then what else do we have? Yes. We have another thing here, note number 4. There unskilled labor 2,000 hours at 6 kwacha per hour. So we ask ourselves the question, there's a note here, note number 4. Let's put note number 4 and see whether there's something there. Note number 4, Charles employs 4 unskilled workers on a contract guaranteeing them a 40 hours a week, 6 kwacha per hour. Yes, we know. The unskilled labor are currently idle. What does that mean when they are idle? What's the relevant cost of idle labor, of idle capacity? Huh? What's the relevant cost of idle capacity? What is the relevant cost?
New.
Yes. The relevant cost there is simply new. So simply go to unskilled labor. There we've got unskilled. So the unskilled labor is simply new because they have enough time to actually 0. They have enough time to do the work, because where they work or they don't work, you still have to pay them. Have you seen? So now that they have got nothing to do, they just have to do the work. We go to another item. Scaffolding. You need how much to hire? 3,500. You see, there's a note number 5 there. This is the estimated hiring of scaffolding. So relevant costing there is how much? Simply the cost of hiring. So scaffolding, relevant cost is simply 35. Then you put a note here. You say note number 5, blah, blah, blah. This is the relevant cost because that's the cost of hiring today. Blah, 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 whatever you can say. So you're killing the bed with not 1 stone, but 2 stones. You're killing 2 beds with 1 stone. Some people kill with 2 stones. Deep. What did you say about deep?
It's not relevant cost.
So depreciation is new. So we go to deep. Depreciation is not relevant. We even explain there in the notes. It's a non-cash item. You see? And as such, it is not relevant. Anything else? Yes, there we go. We've got another cost. What is the cost? General overheads 5,200 hours at 1 kwacha per hour. There's a note number 7. So we go to note number 7. This represents the rental costs of Charles' storage yard. If he does not undertake the above job, he can rent his yard out to a competitor who will pay him rent of 500 kwacha per week for 20 weeks. Oh, there's an opportunity cost here. You see? So general overheads, it represents rent. Have you seen? We don't care about rentals because whether it undertakes the job or not, it still has got to do what? To pay rent. Have you seen that? But what we care about is this other information here. He can rent his yard out to a competitor who will pay him how much? 500 kwacha per week. For how many weeks? For 20 weeks. So because he's undertaking the project, Charles is losing out on how much? On 500 kwacha per week. Have you seen? So now that becomes a relevant cost. He's losing out. Have you seen? So general overheads. General overheads, note number 7, there is new. However, there's an opportunity what? An opportunity cost of how much? Over 500 kwacha multiplied by 20, which is 10,000. You see? So, when you see, is there any other costs in the question? Is there any other cost in the question? Nope. Anything else? Yes, there is. Oh, there is also plans. These are sunk costs. You see, we don't care about plans. They are sunk costs. They are not relevant. The total costs, the profit. You see, what did we say about profit? It is irrelevant. Have you seen? It is not relevant. If I came to you, Madam Emma, and asked for a quotation, then you also show me how much you're going to make on me. I don't think I can give you a contract because I'm going to think that this one is making too much money on me. So plans, all those plans, number 8, those are not relevant. So what is our total there when we add everything? What's our total cost of this project when we add? So when we add there, what is our total? We have 107,300. Remember, that is our total cost. Now profit, see, profit is always irrelevant. We don't include profit in a quotation. So there, the minimum price required for this guy to make some money. The minimum price that this guy can need, minimum price is going to be something like this. Still, it's going to be 107. 300. That will be the minimum price. Let me take it up a little bit to just close it up nicely. So the minimum price will be 107,300. Means you've hammered this question, and you also explain the notes. You have note number 5, number 6, note number 7, number 8, blah blah blah. You're also explaining here because the examiner also told you here that you should be able, you should be able to explain what it means, explain how each item is in a counter estimate should be treated. So those notes, note number 1, that is how you explain. The relevant cost is so. The relevant cost is so. This is a sunk cost because of so you're explaining. This is 6 marks. So we have the last part to talk about, discuss, explain why in practice the minimum price is never actually used. Why? Why don't we in reality use this price here? Why wouldn't we use the minimum price? This guy here. Why? Now here's the thing, you see, in reality, you see, a minimum price would leave the business no better or worse off. Have you seen? Because it is unlikely that a minimum price would actually be charged, because if it were, it would not provide the business with any incremental profit. Imagine if you Charles just went and charged them at 107,300. How about what is it going to benefit for labor? Because this cost is charging is simply the cost of undertaking the contract. Have you seen? What about his money? How is he going to make money if he charges the minimum price? He needs to add the markup. Have you seen it? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Kindly give me feedback. You have to unmute your speakers so that you give me feedback so that I know that I'm talking to people. Yes.
Sure.
And then there are also other non-quantifiable factors this guy can look at in the question. We were told to also explain other non-quantifiable factors. So non-quantifiable factors, yes, the availability of cash. The contract may be profitable, but Charles must have sufficient cash to finance the purchase. As you know, we would have talked about inflation. The rate of inflation. What if he gets the contract? Does he have enough cash to undertake the contract? How about inflation? What will the effect of inflation? How about the timing factors? Timing factors, there might be a choice in deciding when to take an opportunity. For example, the choice would not be accepted, would not be maybe accept or reject. There would be 3 choices. Number 1, should we accept the contract? Number 2, don't accept the contract. It's a choice. Number 3, you can make a choice whether to reject the opportunity. Sometimes don't accept now and accept later. Sometimes just reject the opportunity. You can make those choices if you wanted. Okay. So we've explained what this question is about. And at this point now, I hope that you can now answer any question on the relevant costing. We've done the third part area in our area session. We did a lot of third parties dealing with labor, etc. So now I can give you an assignment. Here's an assignment. So you're going to do you're going to do question number 4. I like this question. Going to give you a hard time. Stay clean. Okay, maybe not this one, because this one has got something I need to discuss with you later. So maybe you're going to do this other one. Okay, good. You're going to do the publishing company. Okay, you're going to do this question as an assignment. You're going to do the publishing company, question number 5. Yes, you're going to do the publishing company. Yes. Okay, just question 5, then these others will come and do them together. This company will come and do them together. So thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. I must mention that relevant costing is one of the examiner's favorite. So for today, we end here. And tomorrow we meet same time, and then we're going to continue. So Mr. Mfune was the chairman for yesterday. It regards to making sure everyone participates in the assignments. So Saturday was Madam Emma, that day was Mr. Kasia, so that leaves us with the professor. So Professor, you are the next chairman for today's assignment. Make sure everybody participates. Hello, Professor. Professor,
Hello?
make sure everyone participates in the next assignment.
Okay.
Yes. So thank you very much. We'll be able to see you tomorrow. Mr. Mfune, everything okay?
Yeah, we're okay, thanks.
Okay, sure. Mr. Kasia, are we okay?
Yeah, we have.
Okay, thank you very much. So we'll see you tomorrow, same time. We continue with decision making. Tomorrow, decision making. We're going to do make or buy, limiting factor, and the throughput accounting. No, make or buy, and we're going to do further processing. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a lovely day.
Same to you, thank you.
Madam Emma, bye-bye. I'll miss you.
Thank you.